to the credit, the bonfire builders here decided of their own fruition to remove the tires, and they did that. And I think all right thinking people in East Belfast and beyond thought that was it. The wood will be left for that community to have their bonfire and enjoy it. But sadly, that was not the case. We were told this morning that it was too high, and the decision was again taken that this was a dangerous bonfire. The bonfire height was reduced to 21 feet, and we'll see it later on when people go in, the press will see it. It is not near any building. It is not a dangerous bonfire anymore. Yet the council still went ahead with that decision. And they tell us tonight, well, it's actually about the car park. You're going to damage the car park. Well, there's been a bonfire in this car park as long as I can remember. And suddenly now, it's a problem. It's going to be damaged.
That's clear maybe for you.
Yes, there will be damage caused. And we can discuss that and look at that, how in the years to come we can minimise that damage. We can look at putting services down, and we would have been happy to work with the council in doing that. Indeed, we approached them years ago to see how we could get new services to put our bonfires. And then we were told it was the flags. And then we were told the leisure centre couldn't be open. Well, I was here last night, and there was people going in and out of the leisure centre. Nobody was stopping anybody using the leisure centre. But as I say, no matter what this community did, it was not enough to appease those who oppose us. This decision is wrong at so many levels, and I believe there's still an opportunity for people to do the right thing. The bonfire builders here did the right thing and removed the tires. Let the council at this late stage still do the right thing and call off their plans to remove the wood at this bonfire. What should our reaction be to it? Well, I have to say, I'm going to appeal to be calm. I'm no problem in doing that. Too often I've seen over this last 20 years here in East Belfast, our young lads get a criminal record. Young lads and lassies even going to jail for what they stood up for and for what they believed. I don't believe one Sinn Féin or Alliance councillor is worth doing that for.
Listen folks, I'm not going to say too much. This bonfire ultimately belongs to the people that come and build it and the people that come and support it, so the majority of what will be said on behalf of them should quite rightly be said by Robert Girvin, who represents the people who have put the work into this. The East Belfast Cultural Collective represents 13 bonfires across East Belfast, North Down and Newton Ards. This cultural collective has worked extremely hard to deliver positive solutions in this community and in other communities over the past number of years. Speak up. The Cultural Collective has worked to deliver positive solutions over the last number of years in this community and in many other communities. When it came to tires on bonfires, the East Belfast Cultural Collective has a clear position. We want to get to a point where there are no tires on bonfires. We do not think tires on bonfires are good, but it's all well and good people sitting on social media and politicians sitting up, well, they don't sit on the hill, but sitting wherever they sit now, pontificating about what should or shouldn't happen. Those politicians aren't on the ground and they are not affecting any sort of change. The people who are affecting change is the people from the community, the cultural collective, or the people from the community initiative, and are the community workers and activists who are on the ground day and daily trying to engage with the young people. It is not acceptable to dehumanise and criminalise a whole group of young people simply because they want to express their culture. It is...
Balance almost seems to be the only way if you're a Republican.
In my mind, the young people do not decide that they're going to put tires on a bonfire because they want to damage their own community. It is absolutely ludicrous to suggest that. These are angry young people who have been left behind by the political process, who feel they are constantly under attack, and as an act of defiance, sometimes they do things that perhaps aren't the best way. But how do we deal with that? We don't deal with that with masked mercenaries and 20 PSNI Land Rovers coming in trying to dehumanise and criminalise an entire community. That is not the way forward, and that is why we're continuing to oppose that. And despite the fact that we accept, indeed, there should not be tires on bonfires, do not for 1 minute, you would be a fool to believe that Belfast City Council's concern is tires on bonfires. We said this over the last number of weeks. It's not about the tires were just an excuse. And we've seen that. And the actions of the bonfire builders at Avoniel has flushed out Belfast City Council and has flushed out their nationalist agenda, because the tires went, the size of the bonfire was reduced, but no matter what they done, it still wasn't good enough. And standing exposed tonight is the actual agenda of Belfast City Council, of the SDLP, of the Alliance and Sinn Féin, and it is the total demolition of every aspect of Protestant Unionist and Loyalist culture, and we will not have it. So as we stand here tonight, it's fantastic to see so many people and the support that this bonfire has had from across Northern Ireland today. This protest was called this afternoon, and for this turnout of people, there's people from all over Northern Ireland here pledging their support and for tonight and the coming days. What we would say is, we urge people to protest peacefully, not to fall into the trap set by the publicans. And let me say something else. There's very few people as critical of the PSNI as me. However, I did not believe, and I still do not believe, and the East Belfast Cultural Collective does not believe that the PSNI want this. We do not believe that PSNI want to fight with Loyalists over this. Loyalists do not want to fight with PSNI. We do not want this confrontation. The only people trying to force this confrontation are Belfast City Council, not the police, not Loyalists, but nationalists on Belfast City Council, and we should be aware of that. So, as it sits now, the decision lies with the PSNI, and this is the first big test for the new Chief Constable. Is he going to act as a state police force for a nationalist-dominated council and invade a unionist community without community support, without political support? Because the two unionist MPs in South and East Belfast have said they do not think that the police should come in. Everybody, the unionist parties, has said that. We're in a vastly different situation. Should the tires be removed? Absolutely. Should the bonfire be removed? There's no community or political support for that. So the PSNI have a test. Do they move in here against the wishes of the community and act as pawns of a nationalist council? I say they should not, because this bonfire poses no risk to life, no risk to property, and the people who have built it have done everything asked of them to ensure that it will be peaceful and there will be a positive celebration of culture. There is no need to move into this bonfire. There is no legal necessity to move into this bonfire. It would be disproportionate, and the message we want to send to the Chief Constable tonight is, Loyalists do not want confrontation with the PSNI. We do not believe that the PSNI want confrontation with Loyalists. Do not allow yourselves to be pawns of a nationalist-dominated council. I would finally now like to hand over to Robert Girvin, who has been absolutely fantastic in the advocacy he's put forward for his community and his bonfire builders, and it's thanks to this man and a number of people in the East Belfast Cultural Collective that to this point things have stayed as peaceful and as calm as they have, and that is the positive leadership shown by Loyalists in this community, who are continually and constantly demonised. And if any of the media want to go and ask the PSNI. It's thanks to Loyalists in this community that we are having a peaceful night tonight, and that's how we want it to continue. Thank you.
I'm not going to mention the tires. We all know about the tires. We know where we are with what must happen. I'm not going to mention the height of the bonfire. We all know where we are with that. We ask Sinn Féin, the SDLP, the Alliance Party and the Dreams to have dialogue with us, come onto this site and have a look, talk to the community and tell us what their issues are. No one took that offer up. No one. We phoned Belfast City Council this morning and asked them, will you please come and take these tires away? We're put on hold for half an hour. We'll return your call. I think they're closed now. Sinn Féin voted to remove this bonfire. Sinn Féin didn't come near this bonfire. And Sinn Féin have no representation in Avoniel. The Alliance voted to remove this bonfire. Alliance didn't premiere this bonfire, and Alliance have no political representation in Avoniel. The SDLP voted to remove this bonfire. Well, they have no political representation anywhere, really, do they? And the Greens, well, they voted to remove the bonfire. If the tires were on, understand that completely. The Greens are all about the environment, but now they're about bonfires and flags, along with Alliance, Sinn Féin and the SDLP. This bonfire is going nowhere. This bonfire is being lit. I give you a guarantee, there will be a bonfire here on the 11th, and we'll be here to celebrate our culture, not defend it. And you're all welcome to attend. Now come in and see the bonfire, come in and see this dangerous 21-foot bonfire. Link arms, protect it, it's yours and no one's taking it.